Hello and welcome. It's me, Marbles44. Welcome back to another Cardfight Vanguard Cardfight area deck profile. Today's deck profile, we have the updated version of the Knight of the Blue Heavens Altmile. So you know the third update. Don't know when these will ever end because third update already. Holy crap! Like that was fast. Yeah. So with the new cards post GBT06 coming in, this deck has received quite a big update. The last update was really disappointing because didn't get a lot of good cards. Like they were decent, but it really didn't do much for the deck. Now though, now this deck is a monster. Like combo with the Brave ability, it's quite powerful, quite scary, and I love this deck. And yeah, I'm just really happy this deck is better now. And like the backup grade 3 was one of the biggest problems. There was no grade 3 for it, but unfortunately, it's fixed. Anyways, our starter. Let's begin. Resurgent Knight Stius. What it does is G-Break 1, Brave Skill. What Brave Skill is it's active when you have 3 or less cards in your hand, so your rear guards are kind of always going to be attacking first because, you know, after your Vanguard attacks, you'll have more than that, I'm sure. You put this unit in your soul, choose up to one of your other rear guards, until end of turn it gets plus 5k, and auto at the end of your turn return this unit to your hand. So you get to reposition your stuff, save the card that you put back to hand, and the power-up can combo with Altmile. It's a big rush deck as well because of the way it works. So it's super rush-down deck, which is why the other starter isn't as good, especially because your Stride units and your 1 grade 2 is really the only ones to get you the pluses. Other than that, you're kind of just rushing down because you don't want too many pluses. So that's why this card works, and it helps with the rush-down. So, yeah, pretty good card. And I mean, as I said, you get the nice little field setup too, right? With her. Anyways, auto grade 3s for Knight of Blue Heavens Altmile. You know, the starter can be super scary combo with this. You can get 3 cards with a plus 5k. Now, if you guys remember Soul Saver Dragon, you needed to like Soul Blast a lot and Counter Blast a lot for that. Nope, all it requires for this deck is G-Break, the Brave ability, and a Counter Blast, along with Striding on top of him, which sounds like a lot, but it all kind of happens together. The G-Break happens when you Stride. When you Stride, you Counter Blast, do that, and then you use your starter ability. All you have to worry about is the Brave skill. So, yeah, that's a Soul Saver plus like power up right there. So that's pretty scary with that starter. Anyways, on to our other grade 3. We have 4 Model Knight Orhan. Super happy. You know, it has a backup Vanguard that's good. Now Altmile, because really had nothing that could synergize with it. So what it does is G-Break 1 Brave ability. All the units with the Brave ability in your front row get plus 3k. And its other skill is Counter Blast 1, Soul Blast 1. When this unit is placed on Vanguard, sorry, you may pay the cost. If you do, look at the 5 cards from the top of your deck, search for a card with the Brave ability, put it in your hand, and shuffle the rest into your deck. Shuffle your deck. So pretty good for getting a plus as well, and just being consistent with, you know, that rush down pressure. A nice little plus to get a Brave card that you want, yada yada yada. So yada yada yada. Oh my god. So yeah, just a good backup Vanguard. Alright, so we have onto our grade 2s. We have 4 of a new card, Counterattack Knight Suleiman. What he does is G-Break 1. Brave ability, if you have a Vanguard with Altmile on its card name, this unit gets plus 3k. Well, that's kinda the plus 3k thing. I feel like it could have been on this, the Brave ability could have been on the second ability. But, you know, whatever. Whatever, I guess. Anyways, its second skill is you Counter Blast 1, choose a card from your hand and discard it. When this unit attacks Vanguard, if you have a Vanguard with Altmile and its card name, you may pay the cost. If you do, search your deck for up to Sorry. Search your deck for up to one grade 2 card, not naming this card, call it Sarugal, and it gets plus 2k into on a turn. So, this card's pretty pressure heavy. They're really good. What's really nice about it is its G-Break, Counterblast skill that I just described. You can use that to set up your Brave. So say you have like 4 cards in hand, you have nothing to really call or anything. You can use this guy first to attack. Well, you could probably attack with the other column first, like have somebody swing. Maybe hit a rear guard or something. Use this guy to attack, drop the card, Brave abilities are active, call somebody with a Brave ability, then maybe you could call another and you can combo off of him. You can reset a column with 2 of these guys if they're on opposite sides. And yeah, it's just really strong. I can kind of understand why the Brave abilities is on the first skill, because the second skill is to set up the Brave ability if you can't. So he's really good for setting up the Brave ability, on top of just being a really strong card and really working well with the rushdown factor. So he's just super, super important. So 4 of him, amazing card. We have 4 Knight of Twin Sword, so he's all for setup. That's pretty much what he is, but you need 4 of him because you just need to set up. Basically, you just need to use him consistently for a few turns to like get your field set up. Don't worry about the pluses. Don't worry if he brings pluses. You just need that setup. That's how Royal Paladin is. You get the setup on your field, and then you rush. So yeah, you just need him for that. But and then he's just a strong card in general, even late game. If it's a tight game, he can help you with that too. There's a certain card he can call as well. He's your only superior caller that's not a stride unit too, so that's really important because yeah, Royal Paladin. Anyways, then we got 3 Shyngal. What he does is G-Break 1 Brave ability. When this unit attacks a Vanguard until end of the battle, it gets power plus 2k and auto. Counterblast 1, when it hits you, you pay the cost. If you do, at the end of the turn, you draw a card. Now that's pretty important, because, because of its ability, he's a nice beater, on top of the fact that he's super threatening, to your opponent. He's a lot of pressure. He puts on a lot of pressure with being able to draw cards at the end of the turn. If he gets to restand, if he gets to restand, that's pretty scary too, because you could get 2 cards at the end of the turn, and then just kind of guard with them afterwards, and you'd be back. Well, guard with some other cards, of course, but you don't draw until the end of the turn. So you can get a plus off of him with that, and then use it as shield, guard with it, guard as much as you can, and then you're low on cards again, so your Brave abilities are active. So he really makes it, quite threatening, and helps with a bit of the plussing to shield a lot, since you won't be having a lot of cards in hand, which is why drawing at the end of the turn is really, really big and important. So he's nice. You only need 3 of him, though. So yeah, don't need 4. 4 is too much, really. On to our good ones, we have 4 Holy Knight Guardian, damage and flippers, and then 4 Knight of Laurel Sicilus, so your stride enablers, Altmile Searcher, and then we have 4 of a new card, Knight of Blackwind, Selim. What he does is his G-Break 1 Brave ability. If you have Vanguard with Altmile on its card name, gets power plus 2k. And then his other skill is continuous in the deck. If you have Vanguard with Altmile on its card name, it gets grade plus 1. Now that's big. Like, all your cards that superior call, which is your strides, a couple of your strides, and then your grade 2 unit, they all call grade 2s. There's no way to superior call grade 1. But now you have a way of superior calling grade 1, as in the deck, if Altmile is your Vanguard, which most of the time he is, he's considered grade 2 in the deck. So that's amazing, especially because he's a 10k booster too. You just superior call him, and here's a 10k booster. You have 7 grade 2s that are pretty much beaters with the Brave ability, and then bam, that's over 20k. And you can keep going consistently with it. And once you're done, you know, with Twin Sword, if you have a Shyngal and Shyngal, was it? I don't know. I don't remember what the other guy was. Counter-Strike Knight. And both of these are behind them. You have both columns swinging for over 20k, you know, 22, 21k. They both put on a lot of pressure. Counter-Strike can Spirit Call some stuff. Because he can Spirit Call grade 2s as well, he can Spirit Call another one of these. If it's 2 Counter-Strikes, you can Spirit Call another one of these. Basically, like, if you have a Counter-Strike in one row, nobody's behind him. In the other column, you have another Counter-Strike with this guy. Your first one can attack, Superior Call this guy behind him, behind the one on your left column, let's say. So the left one attacked, and there was nothing behind him, so you Superior Call this guy. The one on the right side now attacks. 22. Alright. Superior Call Shyngal on the other one that already attacked on the left side. So now, you have another attack at 21. So that's one attack at 12, one attack at 22, then attack at 21, and then you have stand triggers on top of it, and also a Vanguard attack with Stride. So that's really scary. That's like, this card is so huge. 4 of these, you can't play any less. Just super, super strong. And then we have 2 Pierre, Knight of Reform Pierre. So he's still pretty good. You know, the other guy's a bit better, but if you can play Pierre, you know, run him in the center column if you want. The center column can be pretty scary, because you can kind of rack up your Vanguard to a lot, because his plus 2k stacks. So you can kind of power up your Vanguard, as you know, your rear guards are getting powered up. I feel like it doesn't affect as much on the rear guards. But on the Vanguard, it has more of an impact. So, alright, moving on to our triggers. So we have 4. Sarugal, what he does is GBT06 Brave ability. When it's placed on rear guard until end of turn, it gets auto. At the end of your turn, draw a card. Return this unit to your deck and shuffle your deck. So you could kind of just call it to boost, to get, you know, you're probably going to boost your Vanguard with it though, to just get that, you know, Brave ability if you really need to, and then it goes back to your deck and you get to draw a card. So not too bad, pretty good for helping with your Brave ability. And then we have 4 Encourage Angel. So what she does is GBT01. When it's placed on rear guard, you can choose up to 2 of your other units, and until end of turn, you have them get plus 3k. And if you do, you return this unit to your deck and shuffle your deck. So that's pretty good too. Just call it for the Brave ability, power up 2 cards, put it back in your deck. Both triggers recycle, which is really nice, especially if you get low on your deck, which can happen, and both work with the Brave ability too, so it's really, really nice as well. So yeah, 4 of her, and then we have 4 Silent Sage Sharon, so 4 of her because she can kind of do the same thing too, except she only gives 1 card plus 3, but, you know, if you really want to stack all your cards because you're about to end the game, why not? She's just handy because she contributes a bit with the Brave ability as well by going into the soul and doing her stuff. So, yeah, so 12 stand. I was a little hesitant to run 12 stand at first, but then I did realize that you're always attacking with both rear guards first. It's rare that you don't because of the Brave abilities. So pretty much, because of that, you know, I run 12 stand. You can run a stand for crit if you'd like, but I definitely found that this one works better because since you're always attacking with both rear guards first, you can put on a lot more pressure, especially with all those power-ups. Like, ugh, it's scary. Yeah, so 12 stand, and then we have 4 Healing Pegasus, so 4 heal, 12 stand, 4 heal. Alright, so let's move on to our Stride units. Yeah, I just I tried the 8 stand 4 crit, but it really didn't work as well. Sometimes it affected. The 12 stands honestly just much better. Anyways, so we got 4 of the new Stride unit, 4 Transcending the Heavens Altmile. So what he does is G break 2, counter last 1, choose a face down card in your G zone and turn it face up. If you have a hard card with Altmile in its card name, this unit gets auto Vanguard. When this unit attacks a Vanguard, search your deck for up to 1 grade 2 card, call it to Resurgent, shuffle your deck, and that unit gets power plus 5k until end of turn. And it also gets continuous Vanguard during your turn. All of the units in your front row gain power plus 2000 for each face up card named this card in your G zone. So normally this card flips itself face up. Now, don't be confused, because I actually got confused by this. It's second skill with the continuous. It gets all your front row units get plus 2k for each card of this. It doesn't happen after your Vanguard attacks, because it's continuous Vanguard, and also there's no, like, it ends the quotation marks and then continues it there, so it's actually a different skill that he gets. So he gets these 2 skills. You just get this pure call something when he attacks, so that could combo well with Counter Strike, definitely really well with Counter Strike. And then, you know, the highest you can get is the first time it's not that strong. It's like everybody gets plus 2k in your front row. The second time you get plus 6k, so that's quite the bonus. It definitely throws out more shield, and if that 1k ends up mattering, which it could, you know, that's an extra little bit of shield that your opponent has to throw out. So really strong card for just spear calling something, getting more attacks with the brave thing, and just powering up your units on top of them being so strong already, right? And then we have 2 Soaring Divine Knight Altmile. So yeah, this card's your other card. You don't need an Altmile for him, so that's pretty nice, and he's pretty handy too. You know, gives you front rows 3k, and spear call something, it also gets 5k as well. So it's just, this guy has to unflip himself. So whatever. You could actually use Transcending to unflip this guy. Would you Stride it for when you Stride Transcending for the 4th time, if you don't use this Altmile, you could just unflip him, because that means you get to use it again, and that means all your units get 4k, and then the next time they'll get 6k. So, but yeah, this guy's pretty good still. Still pretty consistent and pretty handy, and doing, you know, almost the same thing. Just not as great. Little bit worse, just the tiniest bit. Anyways, starting Stride unit, Vague Sacred Knight Gablade, and then 1 Flash Flame Divine Knight Samuel for those situations you need it, which you probably won't, but you know, super situational. Yeah, he's there in your back pocket pretty much. Anyways, that's about it for this deck profile, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you think. Deck list will be in the description below as always. I'll see you guys next time. If you guys want to see more videos from me, on the left, there are Let's Play videos, so you can go check those out. And if you're not up for those, on the right, there are Cardfight Vanguard videos, so you can go check those out. And if you're still not up for those, I have Smash Bros, Pokemon, and tons more side series on my channel. Also down below is my Smash Tourney channel, where we do Smash Tourneys, Salty Sweets, and more. And don't forget to check out my sites at the top there. That's it, and I hope you all enjoy.